Hello and welcome back to the One Sports Webcast. I'm now joined by Ethan and Dom to talk about the NBA All-Star Game, specifically who got snubbed in selections this year. So we're going to go over the Eastern Conference backcourt, front court, Western Conference backcourt, front court. You guys know how it works. Dom, we're going to start with you and the Eastern Conference backcourt. Who is your snub?
I think actually the coaches did a really good job. I feel that every player who made the All-Star team was deserving. Obviously some good players in the East had good seasons and didn't make it, but I just don't see anyone who I would take off to replace with a player who didn't. So.
What do you think, Ethan?
Interesting. I went with Kemba Walker here, Charlotte Hornets point guard. I think he's having a great year. He's had a great January. He's put up 52-point games, 40-point games, and I just think, he has a higher PER than Draymond Green, Paul George, and he's shooting 37% from deep. And I just think he's starting to take over, so he should get it.
Yeah, but who are you going to take out for him,
I think Isaiah Thomas is really,
I don't know.
That was up in the air.
Isaiah, his true shooting percentage, when you factor in, free throws and threes, is 5 points higher. He has a higher usage rate than Kemba Walker, so, he's using more plays, and I just think he's had to carry Boston more.
Yeah, you know what? I think you're both right. Overall, this team was probably the best in the Eastern Conference this year. But if there's one guy who's on the outside looking in, it's Kemba Walker. So now let's move to the front court. Ethan, who is your Eastern Conference front court?
So this might be a little biased, but my man Brook Lopez from the Brooklyn Nets, he's my guy. I
Second
think
to last place.
He is all right. I think he is known to be one of the most offensively skilled players, big men in the game, I should say. He's putting up 20 points, 8 boards, and 2 blocks. So he's everywhere. His PER is 21.76, which is higher than Chris Bosh's and LaMarcus Aldridge. So going by the numbers, I think he's deserving of a spot.
He's skilled, but one skill he does not have is shooting the three. Who does? Kevin Love of the East leading Cleveland Cavaliers. I think he rebounds more. He spaces that offense, which is really important for Cleveland. They need all the spacing they can get. He's a better passer, and I think you got to reward the best team in the conference. They only have one All-Star. That seems a little ridiculous to me. I think they should get 2, and there's no way that the second to last place Nets deserve as many All-Stars as Cleveland.
No, I agree with Dom on this one. I think overall Kevin Love has had a better year on a better team, and so that's going to get it done when you're talking about All-Star selections. So now let's move to the Western Conference. Let's talk about the backcourt. Go ahead, Dom.
So this is cheating a little bit, but I got to go with Gordon Hayward. I know he does play some small forward, but he can play the shooting guard if need be, and he runs the point a lot. He's actually the high sister on the Jazz, and that versatility is key. They've been missing Derek Favors, missing Rudy Gobert, and they've needed that guy to stabilize the team. He provides great defense. I know Damian Lillard's been good, but I just think that Gordon Hayward's led that team to the 8th seed, 5th best point differential. I think he's my choice.
What do you think, Ethan?
To say a player that's not named Damian Lillard is just a tragedy. I think the guy's putting up 24 points a game, 6th highest in the league, and his points and assists are up, and he's the guy on the Portland Trail Blazers. It's only his 3rd year in the league, and he acts as if he's like a 10-year veteran. He's the guy.
No, I agree with you. The maturity he's shown and the year he's having, he was definitely the snub, and you kind of cheated a little bit.
A little bit. He plays some point guard.
Yeah, whatever. Okay, finally, let's close this out. Western Conference front court. Who's your snub?
I got Gallo, my man Danilo Gallinari, Denver Nuggets. I think he was kind of people might not think of him on our radar, but I think this guy has had a great year. He's putting up 20 points a game, which is up 7 points from last season. He's shooting 37% from deep, so he could shoot from, he could post you up, he could shoot from outside. I think he's really deserving over LaMarcus Aldridge.
I got to go DeAndre Jordan with this one. Obviously, Gallo's a bit better shooter, but when you factor in DeAndre's rebounding, his defense, and just how much he's meant to that pick-and-roll offense with Chris Paul, I just think they're 4th in the West. It's so tough, and he's been killing it. But for me, the thing is, they lost Blake Griffin. They've been 19-4. The Denver Nuggets are 21-32. That's 2 wins less over a whole season.
Yeah. You know what? Gallo's quietly had a very, very strong year. But ultimately, yeah, I think you're absolutely right about what he's meant to the success of that team. Well, anyway, those are the snubs for this year. It's going to be a great All-Star game. Can't wait to watch it. That's all we have for this block of the One Sports Webcast. But to close us out today, we have Super Bowl hashtags. Stay tuned.